It's a bright sunny morning, and there is a young mother trying desperately to dress up her little toddler. She needs to take him to the pediatrician for his first vaccination. But this toddler has no mood to oblige his mother. He's fussing and crying. And so what does Mama do? She tells him, "Beta, jaldi se तैयार हो जाओ. डॉक्टर अंकल के जाना है. वो आपको बहुत यम्मी सा लॉलीपॉप देंगे." What happens thereafter? You go to the clinic, the child receives his first jab. He's confused, he's scared. He clings to his mother and he cries in grief. With that one seemingly innocent statement, the mother has altered, distorted this child's relationship with truth forever. In a psychospiritual sense, what has happened is that this child has experienced deception, lies, fear, control, manipulation. He has learned to distrust others. He has learned to fear suffering. And he has also been infected with the desire for lollipop happiness. We have all been told such innocent untruths. So the first untruth that we've all been fed is that we are here to chase happiness. If that was so, Gautam Buddha's first noble truth would have been, you will find happiness here. But I'm sure all of you sitting in this room may be aware that the first noble truth says, you will suffer. You will suffer because of your unfulfilled desires, as Anurag was discussing with Rinpoche a little while ago. You will suffer because you will lose the people you love. And you will suffer because you will have to deal with people that you dislike. So we are not here to chase happiness. The truth is that we are going to suffer in ways that we cannot imagine. Let us, for a moment, briefly think how you would feel if your parents said to you that we are sending you to school every day to go have a party, go enjoy, maza karo bachche. Now your experience at school is going to be quite the contrary, right? You're going to go there and you're going to be expected to work hard and study hard and even prepare and give tests. What are you going to feel? Are you not going to be confused and wonder, is there something wrong with me? I was told that I was going to have a party here, and here I am struggling and striving and being forced to go through this experience. And so you're going to spend half your life chasing lollipop happiness because you've been told that you're going to have a good time in school. And the other half of your life, you'll be wondering, why am I not scoring happiness goals? So what's happening here is exactly what's happening in our lives. We've been shown the wrong goalpost. We have been pointed in the wrong direction. Every human who incarnates has come here to be able to purify his consciousness. And to be able to do that, to learn and to grow and to give up your tamas and move into your sattvic mind, you have to do a lot of work. You have to fight with your own base tendencies, your own nature, your poor habits, You have to fight with your desires and expectations. You have to fight with recurring patterns in your life. You have to fight with belief systems and dogmas. How many of you have tried to give up being angry? Has anyone tried to give up being angry? To not be provoked? Anurag, have you tried not to be provoked by the person you love? How easy is it? So those who've really been in the practice know this is really hard work. And a lot of time that hard work will involve suffering. You will suffer because the anger will arise and you will suppress it, and you are going to battle with those destructive emotions. You will probably act them out. So the truth really is that we are here to purify our consciousness, to evolve by suffering meaningfully, gracefully, mindfully. Now, how many of you have been told that truth? I think you spent a fair amount of this morning discussing happiness and chasing happiness. And here I am standing before you and saying, but you know, we are not here to find happiness. And then some of you may ask the question that if what she's saying is really true, then why is it that wise elders give us the blessing, Sada Sukhi Raho? Sada Sukhi is the next big untruth. Has any one of you ever seen or known anyone whose life only moves like this? Life moves like this. You will go up and down. The word Sukhi has lost its meaning. Through eons, its essence has been forgotten. And today, many of you will deem the word or associate the word Sukhi very closely with seeking, wanting, or experiencing pleasure. And we had a question. Mickey, I think you asked that question about pleasure.
I spoke about calm, walking.
Yeah. So we think that being happy is about finding pleasure in life, whether it's business success or whether it's other things. But the term Sukhi, in its original context, in the Puranic context, came from the name of a river. The river was called Sukhi. And therefore, to be truly Sukhi, you have to learn to flow through life's ups and downs, just like a river, effortlessly, gracefully, without getting stuck. How easy is that? It also means that we need to overcome raga dvesha, likes and dislikes, attractions and repulsions. And that too we know is not easy. We have to overcome the expectations. And so when an elder gives us the blessing Sada Sukhi Raho, what they actually are doing is giving our mind a subconscious suggestion, a prayer that we may cultivate and develop the equanimity to move through life's difficult phases, through losses and gains with an equal mind. Then we can be Sukhi. And this brings me to the third untruth then, which is that we must fear suffering. आपने कभी एक माँ को देखा है कि उसका बच्चा जब उछल कूद रहा होता है तो माँ क्या बोलती है? बेटा, be careful, चोट लग जाएगी. And many of you may have also heard through life where अगर आप बहुत खुश लग रहे हो तो आपको कोई आके बोलेगा, अरे इतना हंसो मत, बाद में रोना पड़ेगा. We have been conditioned to fear suffering, to escape suffering. But without churning the milk, there is no butter. And without suffering, there is no growth. And all of life's hidden messages can be found in nature. Look at nature. Why is it that a mother and a fetus have to labor so intensely in the process of birthing? Why is it that when a child is growing, they experience labor, they experience growth pains? What is nature telling us? That you can't birth something new or you can't grow in ways without laboring. And I'm inviting you all here today कि अगर हम इस suffering के fear को त्याग दें, can we reinterpret suffering to mean laboring? Think about that. What are we laboring against? We have to labor against our own nature, my base tendencies, my expectations, my anger, my entitlement, my feeling of my opinion is correct. If we can learn to labor against these things, then we can be Sada Sukhi perhaps. And this brings me to the fourth aspect of untruth, which is relationships. And I really wish Anurag was here. Kavi, can you request Anurag to join us? I was actually going to answer a question that he had asked Rinpoche, and I was hoping that he would listen to this answer on relationships. तो हमारा relationships में biggest untruth is that the family of birth must love me and must care for me. Now, the family of birth from a soul context is decided based on what you need to learn in this lifetime. So, for example, if you have to learn to be self-reliant, then the family that you're born into is expected from a karmic context to abandon you, to not support you, so that you can learn to be independent. Here, the lack of support is not a sin, is not a misdoing. That lack of support or the lack of love is actually kickstarting your ability to fend for yourself. Love from the family of birth is not an entitlement. It is a karmic design for your evolution. There is also a family of affinity. जिस परिवार में आपकी शादी होती है. Many of you may have heard this saying, शादी कर लो, settle हो जाओगे. Have you heard this? This, Anurag, is only half the truth. Because what they haven't told you is शादी करके karmic accounts settle करने पड़ेंगे. शादी करके भोगना और भुगतना पड़ेगा आपको. And if we can enter into marriage with this understanding that we are going to have the opportunity in this family to learn to develop fortitude, forbearance, patience, empathy, understanding. ये virtues develop करने का school है. शादी मिठाई नहीं है. शादी a school for learning. And if we all had that understanding, perhaps we would be sukhi in our relationships. And then I arrive now at the final untruth, the fifth one. In my clinical practice, I have a lot of people who will come and tell me कि हमें तो जिंदगी में कभी प्रेम मिला ही नहीं, तो हम दूसरों को प्रेम कैसे दे सकते हैं? How can I give something that I have never received myself? Karmic insights inform us that when we give precisely what we don't have, we immediately start to build that currency in our lives. So let's say that you feel that you haven't received the love you deserved in your family. My suggestion would be कि आप प्रेम बांटना शुरू कर दो. In the process of doing that, you will learn to love and reparent your own self. अगर आपको लगता है कि I have been unsupported, मुझे किसी ने सहारा नहीं दिया, मुझे सब कुछ अपने आप करना पड़ा, तो आप तो ऑलरेडी मास्टरी कर चुके हैं. दूसरों की मदद कीजिएगा. And when you start helping others, you will suddenly find that your own concerns and worries are so insignificant in comparison. Or if you feel that I have a self-worth issue, I have a confidence issue, start building other people up. Become the cause of their success. And I can tell you this is a magical formula, because it will transform your own relationship with yourself. The more you give, the more you fill your karmic tank, and the more sukhi and peaceful you will become. Thank you.
I think in different religions also, karma could mean different things, the lingo. So Buddhism and Hinduism, they have this theory of karma. Is it a belief, this karma theory, or the, let's say, the cyclic nature of life, or is it a truth? Even science is like limited in its understanding, but like if I really want to believe in it, but like how, like, is it something one can believe in? One can, but then is it like, I still have the doubt.
So, can you experience that you're speaking with me now?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're performing the karma of speech. अगर मैं आपसे प्रेम से बात करती हूँ, तो this is some kind of karma. और अगर मैं आपसे बहुत गुस्से से बात करती हूँ, I am performing karma. अगर हम फ्यूचर की बात ना भी करें, तो जब मैं प्रेम से बात करती हूँ, तो मेरे अंदर क्या एक्सपीरियंस है? Settled, calm, peaceful, equanimous. और जब मैं रिएक्टिव हो जाती हूँ, तो मेरे अंदर क्या एक तूफान उठता है, हाथ पैर टाइट हो जाते हैं. What is my experience? I am burning up inside. That's why you'll find कि जब गुस्सा चढ़ता है तो चेहरा लाल हो जाता है, right? तो even performing speech, you are experiencing pain when you're angry, aren't you? Yeah. And if you choose to be calm, then you're experiencing something different. तो हमें future karma जरूरी नहीं है. अभी में पता चल रहा है कि क्या हो रहा है. I can see Devika इशारा कर रही हैं, so I will just suggest to you, अगर आप, if you're truly interested in this subject, please read my book, 7 Karma Codes. It's available on Amazon, and it's 400 pages of karma knowledge. I hope it'll help you in some way.
I read Acharya Prashant's book. But how do you undo your past karma? I know there's a chapter there, and you talk about how do you suppose I did some wrong karma? How do you undo it? जैसे प्रवीण ने बोला charity से कर सकते हैं. You know, you can make your...
Yes, I think that's a very important question, because many people ask this question. You have to burn karma's rope. तो पहली चीज तो है जो कर्मा का boomerang effect आता है हम पे. Like if we experience some lack or some pain or some tragedy in our life, can we do that with an even mind? सुखी मन से भुगतान बहुत जल्दी हो जाता है. half the pain is amplified because we are so reactive to suffering, which is why I spoke about that. Your reactions, your destructive emotions will make that process even worse. So for example, अगर आपका भुगतान 10 units of karma currency है और उस पे आपके reaction 30 units और हो जाते हैं, तो आपका जीवन अभी इसी समय 40 negative units of karma currency हो गया, जहां पे आपका भुगतान तो सिर्फ 10 यूनिट था, आपने बढ़ा दिया ना। तो जितने शांत मन से अपनी सिचुएशन को एक्सेप्ट करोगे, दैट इज द रीजन आई स्पोक अबाउट सदा सुखी का ट्रू मीनिंग क्या है। पुराने कर्मों का भुगतान विदाउट रिएक्शन जल्दी होता है, और दूसरा ऑफ कोर्स बिल्ड योर पॉजिटिव कर्मा बैलेंस, और उसमें सबसे बड़ा और पावरफुल है ऑथेंटिक जेनरोसिटी। दैट preamble word is very जरूरी, because बहुत सारे लोग बहुत सारे generous acts करते हैं पर उसमें hidden agenda होता है. If there's any hidden agendas, you're going to get no karma brownie points. पर जो चीज आप सच्चे मन से करते हैं because you want to bring peace, joy, help, support to another, because you truly feel for them, you empathize with them, you feel driven to be part of improving their life circumstances.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And my question is, ma'am, now everyone says that sleep is very important. Sleep is very important. Now, as being a working mother, if I see कि मेरे पास कब time मिलता है, सुबह जल्दी जल्दी office जाना, 6 बजे वापस आना, then prepare the food, feeding to kid, and then उसकी study कराना. So basically, all the moms has this question actually. कि जब वो अपने बच्चे को सुला देती हैं, then we think, okay, now this is that time, then just have a look on social media. और जब वो हम have a look करते हैं, then it goes 1 hour, 2 hour. तो number one is कि इसको कैसे tackle करें. And second question is, this is also on behalf of almost every woman, कि we have some problem.
Okay, let me just quickly address that for you. Every time that you're browsing social media, you're actually escaping some suppressed pain, because you have suppressed some emotion or some pain inside, and you're seeking escape in mindless browsing. मैं recommend एक बहुत simple सा tool करूंगी कि सोने से पहले आप एक paper लीजिएगा और उस पे एक blank chessboard draw कीजिए. So just draw vertical and horizontal lines to represent a chessboard and ask yourself the question, what is worrying me now? और भरते चले जाइएगा वो squares जो बनते हैं, ठीक है? Automatically आपका subconscious mind, in order of priority, it will vomit it out. आपने उस पेपर पे रख दिया और उसके नीचे आप लिखोगे, can I deal with this now? And if you can, you just have to say, okay, this is what I will do to handle this. If there is something that you can't deal with, say, I will address this at a later time. I'm parking it aside. You have cleansed the anxiety in your mind. You don't need to browse. अब चुपचाप से अगर अपने पिलो पे सिर रख के और कुछ भी चांट करो, अगर कोई मंत्र नहीं भी जपना तो सिर्फ से I am peaceful, I am peaceful, I am peaceful, I'm falling asleep. You will self-hypnotize yourself into a state of relaxation and fall asleep. Okay? Thank you.